Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semifinals. The semifinals here of the Galaxy Open Cup season number 2. We have our top 2 players here, and this is going to be a harder one to call. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the TVP is spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha. We have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran himself representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our TVP. Here we go. Let's get into our TVP. Percival has 46% TVP. Beyond's lower TVP as well. I think I would still say that they have the best matchups are probably TVP. Like if you put Bjorn up against and Percival as well, and even Nicoract against the best Protoss players out there, against Max, Hero, and Classic, I would say they have a better chance at beating them than beating, say, like Cyril and Raynor, for example. I mean, we've just seen that when it comes to results. So I recommend watching more StarCraft. Watch more StarCraft. So here we go as we get into our TVP. But also, if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Get your gamba going. As these two do trade back and forth, Gerald and Nicoract. I would say this is harder to call. I do lean towards Gerald. Gerald has some killer late game PvT, 100%. I do favor him in a longer and later game, but can he get there? Can he get to the longer and later game? That's going to be the next big question, as we do have a standard opener, economic start out of Nicoract going for the Rax expand. Likewise, Gerald as well going for a standard opener as well. Players are fanning out. Here we are settling in. Now, I want to say they recently played against each other in one of the Open Cups that we did not manage to actually cast ourselves, unfortunately. Gerald's Liquipedia. Which actually went in favor of Nicoract. I think it might have been Sparkling Tuna Cup, actually. Maybe even the most recent Tuna Cup. Let's have a look here. Gerald head-to-head. Nicoract. It was Pigastar Cup, that's it. So not Tuna Cup, but in the most recent Pigastar Cup number 48, Nicoract did take down Gerald 2-0. Unfortunately, we were unable to cover that tournament live at the time, so I'm not too certain as to how that series did unfold, but I remember being very impressed by the result here from Nicoract, so we'll see if we can replicate that success as well. They even more recently did play on the Berry Crunch Open Cup, which did go 2-1 in favor of Gerald, but that's also a bit of a weird kind of game and weird kind of tournaments because they were using a different mod, right? They were playing on a different mod, playing on a different game mode. So I don't really know how much you can take from that. As Gerald, he does reinforce with extra Stalkers. His goal here is to punish the more economic opener of Nicoract. Remember, no safety bunker, but does build up to 4 Hellions and will try to zone this away. It will attempt to. 1 Hellion will fall. Can he get the Stalker? Behind this Gerald, he is reinforcing with the Adept. He is moving in. We're just trying to buy time. Quick Banshee on the way. Again, a very tech-heavy follow-up. That's why there's no Cyclone, for example. We're investing into the Banshee. And Gerald, he's here to punish. Does get 1 SCV. Ooh, does get 1 SCV. Gets a Hellion as well. Hellion does fall. And with the reinforcements, Nicoract holds. And hey, we'll only lose 1 worker. Not bad. Does lose 1 worker, trades out mainly Hellions, and now here come the Cloak Banshees. Now, Gerald, he should be aware that something's wrong. He didn't scout the main base, but what did Gerald do? He saw that we had reactored Hellions non-stop pumping out at that point. So he's aware that the gas is being spent elsewhere. Does go for the 3rd base before the Robo. So quite a greedy build here from Gerald. As a result, no detection. Uh-oh. Yeah, no detection. Gerald, he cuts corners. In the end, yes, Gerald, he was able to trade against Hellions, but it was a big risk, and it was worth it. It was worth it. Thankfully, there is a Banshee in the main. Sorry, I should say Shield Battery in the main. So thankfully, there's a Shield Battery in the main base for the Banshee. Banshee does move in. Cloak is ready. Despite the Shield Battery, 1 probe does go down, and the Robo is still in production. This is just free damage here on the boys. Hellion gets cleaned up. We're getting 2 workers, 3, getting up to 4. Here comes Cloak. So far, 4 probe kills. The Observer is halfway done. Banshee popping up. Can we get 6? Can we get 6? The Observer's out. Observer does pop out. Another Banshee here in between the bases. Oh no! One Banshee does rally into the army, but a miscontrol there by Nicoract. The other Banshee does get away. 9 probe kills is solid damage. If only Nicoract didn't rally into the army. Ay, ay, ay. It's a little bit unfortunate there for our Terran player. Behind this, we do see Gerald taking up into splash damage, going for Colossus, not for Storm. Going for a more robo-centric composition. Meanwhile, behind this, Nicoract is building up, getting into his own 3-1-1 setup. If he throws down extra Raxes from here, we can try to commit on 2 bases, but for the most part, we're expecting a 3rd CC. Are expecting a 3rd base. Oh, as the natural base is exposed, tank goes down, no safety bunker. Nicoract coming in from behind. Can he punish? He's going to lose a lot of SCVs. Yeah, a lot of workers go down. The Stalkers, they can blink away. And they do. Gerald, he gets out. Does pull out. Brutal damage out of Nicoract. Nice skin on the Observer. But again, 6 SCVs. And we are building up into the mid-game. 3rd command center is on the way. We're building up. Now, with the death of that Observer, Gerald, he does not see this move out, but he does have the Zelnaga. Okay, he has a tower, spots the drop. Gerald, he rotates it back around. He knows what's coming his way. And he's getting ready. Nicoract, he would now confirm what's ahead of him is where the Colossus. From here, trades against the Zealots. Doesn't quite see an opening. And we are expanding. From here, we're slowing down. We're slowing things down, and we do have potential to get into a longer and later game just because, welcome to Maganatha. I was curious if we were going to get to that point, but yes, we're getting into Maganatha. Maganatha is the largest map in the map pool. We're more prone to getting into longer and later games. We see Nicoract going for a 2nd starport, again, amassing into mass Viking production. I mentioned before that I do favor Gerald, though, in this longer game state. If he can get into Colossus and Storm, if he can get up to a 4-base economy, then Gerald can lock Nicoract down. We have seen Gerald take it to the best Terran players in the world, and I'm concerned for Nicoract as a result. Ooh, as he will lose both Medivacs. Yeah, both Medivacs do go down. A nice catch here from Gerald. Nicoract trying to come in from behind, but that's a big loss for Nicoract. As he responds, we have a Zealot run by being set up on the right-hand side. So again, just a really rough setup here for the Terran. Nice Banshee harass again. This one Banshee's put in a lot of work. It's got 13 probe kills on its own, getting even more economic damage. The Observer is now moving in, late to respond, late to react. Speaking of, no Observer? Wait, what? The Observer got sniped earlier on the map, and we have no backup Observer. So free damage. Yeah, but just free damage. The Banshee could even be getting more. Just free damage from the Banshee. Ay, ay, ay. Cannons are on the way as a reaction, as a response. That's still going to be another 4 dead workers. 4, 5 probes going down. The Cloak runs out. Finally, the Banshee goes down. 21 kills on the Banshee. And again, we could have gone a little bit more if Nicoract wasn't too tentative there. He just was concerned that there was detection on the way, but there wasn't. Oh, nice out there. He gets two! Oh my god, massive eagles. He gets two Colossus. He gets all three. All three Colossus go down. And remember, no Storm. No Storm either. Vikings, they go for the chase. And Gerald, he crumbles. Yeah, he does fall apart. Nicoract, he is pushing in. There is one Nova. Yeah, one Nova's available. Nova goes off. Ooh, no splits. Yeah, no splits. Massive connection. Ay, ay, ay. Nicoract, he had momentum. He had momentum, but SCVs are going down back at home. Yeah, brutal Zealot counterattack. SCVs, they pop off. Oh, sorry, the Zealots, they pop off in the mineral lines. At the natural, at the third base, 35 SCVs going down. Ay, ay, ay. Nicoract had an amazing fight, but the Zealot run by GG gets called, and Gerald, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Again, Nicoract, he was able to catch out the army. He was potentially could have been able to just move on forward and keep on going and break his opponent, but back at home, we've seen time and time again, he was caught with his pants down. We saw this not just against Gerald, we saw this against Hacker's Top as well, where there were moments here where Nicoract would be out of position, would not quite have map vision or map awareness or map control, and be caught unawares by Zealot run-bys, by Zealot counterattacks. That did kind of plague Nicoract in the previous series, and we're seeing that here as well. GG. GG, well played with that. Gerald does take a lead in the series, and now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. As game 2 is going to be on ley lines. Coming into ley lines, the map is smaller. The map is going to be smaller. It's going to be easier to respond and to react to these harassments at these bases. At the same time, it also means that your opponent has less time to move out across the map. I'm leaning towards aggression from the Terran, but we'll see. As spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss. We have the Polish Protoss representing Streamer Zone, leading the series 1-0. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran himself, representing the Planet of Heroes. It is Nicoract. Let us go. Again, both players have their own moments here. We had the one Banshee with 21 probe kills, for example, which was popping off. We had, of course, the better engagement in the center, the better catch out of Gerald. But again, the run-bys. The run-bys, the counterattacks, that was the biggest bane here for Nicoract. It is something that he has to work on, that he has to tighten up if he wants to take it and make a series out of this against Gerald. Especially getting into a longer game. Especially getting into a longer game. The pants were down, but yeah. Oh, no. All the way. Here we are going to be setting up. Setting up, we are settling in. We do have a more tech-heavy start this time at the Nicoract. Last game we had a rack expand. This time we do have a faster tech lab out of our Terran player. Interesting. Does have the tech lab. And with this, we'll have faster tech, faster starports. As I said, tech lab, faster factory is what I meant to say. Faster factory, faster tech. And from here, we can get into, say, committed Cloak Banshee play. We can go into mine drops. We can go into early Cyclone drop play. We'll keep an eye on Nicoract. We'll see where it takes us. We'll see where we go. Once again, Twilight Council out of Gerald. We're expecting more of the same. Last game, we had Gerald cutting corners and going for a faster expansion before the Robo. This time, we're expecting a faster Robo. Again, the map is a little bit smaller here, so we should be seeing safer play out of Gerald compared to what we saw last time. So here we do see the commitment into Reaper Hellion. Does get take down one of the Stalkers. Now going into the mineral line. And can he break through? The boys are being pulled. Yeah, boys are being pulled. Gets further in. And the shield battery puts in a lot of work here. This is not quite worth it. Yeah, not worth it. He gets 2 workers. The shield battery does save everything here, and Gerald, he shuts this down. When it comes to the trade, 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions for 1 Stalker and for 3 workers. That is not quite worth it here for Nicoract. Behind this with that tech-heavy start is going into Banshee play. Tanks, Banshees, no upgrades yet, but again, very tech-intensive, very gas-intensive here with the setup that we're going for. We'll keep an eye on those Raxes. We'll see how committed he's going to be on 2 bases. See his commitment. Banshee does move out, it gets shut down. It's going to be about the follow-up here from the side of Nicoract. As one that does shade into the main base. It does harass, it does slow him down. And we pull the boys. We're going for the 2 base all in. Again, it's just been a really rough start for Nicoract, losing the Reapers, losing the Hellion, losing the Banshee as well. 2 base all in here makes plenty of sense. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing for Nicoract. Does catch out a Stalker, but the all-in hasn't spotted. So very nice scout here from Gerald. It's on Gerald to slow this down, to slow down the push, to slow down the all-in. Kicks off the SCVs. Oh. Trying to come in from behind. And you can see the reinforcements for Nicoract are delayed. Yeah, they're stuck at home. Stalkers blink in, gets one of the tanks, and Nicoract, his all-in is falling apart here. He doesn't really have much left to work with. He's down to 1 tank, he's down to 1 Banshee. He's forced to fight in the center of the map, which means Gerald, he's reaping the rewards of the base. He's mining more, and the longer this game goes on, the better it is for Gerald. As he's still slowing down the all-in. Here come the reinforcements, but again, there's only 1 tank. And oh no, the tank! No, it's gonna go down as well. Yeah, massive pick off. Tank does fall. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. 3 tanks go down, and there's almost nothing left. There's almost nothing here. We have a handful of Marines, we have 2 Banshees. Like, the firepower just doesn't exist for Nicoract, not anymore. As again, it was just a rough start to begin with. And from here, Gerald just collapsing in. Oh. Blinking forward. Bit of a rough blink here for Gerald, losing all of his Stalkers. That's what a good half his Stalkers going down, so that was a really rough moment for Gerald. And she's a join the fray. Gerald, we gotta respect the army. we can't blink in like that. Calm down, Gerald, calm down. There's the NG overcharge. With the help of the NG overcharge with the shield battery, he should be able to hold on here. That's down to 3 Marines. 3! Down to 2. Up. A tank does arrive. Boys are being pulled. Boys are coming in for the surround. Stalkers, they blink on top of the tank. But the Banshees, they do so much damage in the sky here. They do reset the Stalker count. They do get another warp in. Oh no! Down to 2 Banshees, down to 1. 1 Banshee. And you can see how close the defense is here. Down to 3 Stalkers. Imagine if Nicoract was able to preserve a tank earlier. Like, he just needed a little bit more to fully break through. Even here, he's still getting quite a bit done. So a very, very shaky, very scrappy fight. Oh, the boy, the rest of the boys have arrived. Let's go. The boys are back. How many Stalkers do we have left? 5. 5 Stalkers remaining. Gerald, he moves out. As he moves out, Nicoract, he moves in with the second wave, with the second all-in. Army's out of position. Can we get on top of the production? Charge is done. There's a recall. Oh, the storm does connect. Second one less so. That was a brutal first storm. Tank does siege, but the Marines are so low from the storm. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, the Marines, they just got shot down by the storm. And we need more bio. We need more support for the army. So you can see we're just biding more time for the warpins. Cells like coming from behind. They go on top of the tank. The tank does go down. Banshees, they do get punished. That's a lot of Banshees falling. Jesus. That's what, 4 Banshees falling here. I keep saying Banshees, right? I'm going to say Stalker. Those 4 Stalkers falling by the Banshees. And it's been a long passing day, man. It's been long. The first time I said the wrong unit, actually, this series even. Stalkers, they blink in. Sniping another Banshee. And we're down to 1 Banshee. It finally does fall. Gerald, he holds. It was a very tense hold here, but Gerald, he survives. Oh, we pull more. Jesus, how many boys do we have? The boys, they just keep coming. The all-in never stops. Oh my god. It never stops. Gerald, he expands. He gets a 4th base in the middle of the all-in. He's crazy, fam. He's crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, massive storms. And GG finally gets called out. He survives. That was an insanely long 2-base all-in. Which again, almost broke through, almost overwhelmed. Imagine that push if Nicoract had actually saved one of the first tanks. If the first tank had survived to be a part of the main push, if he was able to get away a little bit undetected for a little bit longer there, I can see a world where Nicoract does take that game, because that was still a very close defense, despite the fact that Gerald had a really strong start. He slowed the game down so much by sniping 2 tanks, by sniping most of the Marines, by getting one of the Banshees as well, before the all-in really even got across the map. If that hadn't happened, that probably would have been game. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, Gerald. He will claim it. It does claim the series. And with that, we're going to be following Gerald into what? Into the grand finals. Let's go.